Well, for me, a radical church actually is being one that isn't coming up with new ideas, but one that is doing very old ideas very well, perhaps in a new way. So to me, the way to build a radical church is to let the scriptures define the foundational elements, the ingredients, the beliefs and practices that a local church should have in place. I sometimes find that looking at the Christian scene, there can be a tendency to run after the latest fad or the latest thing that's working somewhere, and we often turn to books, conferences, training methods before we turn to scripture. And so I think it's really important we let the scripture form our belief, we let the scripture form our practice. And it's even important that when we teach the church and when we plant churches, we teach things even if they're beyond our experience, even if there's things we think, well, it's in the Bible, but I haven't got much experience of that personally. It's better then to teach what is clearly biblical rather than say, well, I know a few things, so I'll just talk about those. So for me, being radical is about getting right back to biblical principles, stripping away all the traditions that have grown up perhaps around the way we do church, the different legalisms, the different things that have grown up around the church, perhaps over the generations. So actually, if I can say this, put a torch to it. And so that all that's left is pure biblical principle. Get right back to how it should be, how we find Paul and the other apostles building local church life. We can learn so much from looking at the way that they did it. And yes, we have to contextualize it. Yes, it has to be put into different cultural wineskins with different styles. Styles should vary, of course, according to the context, but values shouldn't change. They should always be the same.